Hello everyone, it's Lisa Jane here, and today is the day of the new moon in April. Well, for us it was this morning, 4:25 I think around AM. I woke up promptly at 4:24, so clearly there was some switch that had happened. But what I wanted to do is, I wasn't actually going to do a YouTube video today, but of course Spirit again nudged me, get on to the screen and chat. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is the Ascension symptoms you might be feeling. And those are really in inverted quotes because maybe some of you haven't heard the word Ascension symptoms. So let me just say physical symptoms not associated with the current COVID, but that are creeping up unawares for no reason, and you start beginning to wonder whether there isn't something wrong with your body, right? So that's really what it's about, is that many people, including myself, are experiencing quite strong physical symptoms. And so I got nudged just to come on and share a little bit about my knowledge of these, my understanding of these, and really to offer support in any way I can. So the title of this video, Ascension Symptoms and How We Need to Allow the Dust to Settle, is really around the fact that for those of you that have been working spiritually or around the concept of a higher vibration, and from the minute, or maybe not immediately, but maybe a couple of days into a lockdown, you're like, okay, great, here's the time, I can work on myself, I've got so many things to heal, meditate, clear, cleanse, change my food, let's just start journaling, let's do all these things. And while that is absolutely great, and yes, absolutely, this is a time of self-healing and really focusing on those things that you need to do in order to move forward with your development and growth. As typical humans, we got stuck right into it and we haven't really given ourselves time to land, right? So if we backtrack a bit, and maybe you are one of those people who kind of said, right, now's my time. Let me heal my inner child. Let me get rid of my selfishness. Let me work on my self-love and compassion, and have done whatever it takes, be it praying, meditating, drawing, contemplating, reading. You've done that stuff. And if some of you follow the more kind of deeply spiritual messages, I don't know how else to call them, but the ones aligned with the move to a new earth, the higher way of being, the move to a higher vibration, and in some of my posts, I post that kind of speak, then you will have been working a lot with this. But what has happened now, as we near, well, in South Africa, Cape Town, we're still in a strong lockdown, but we might be nearing a partial lockdown in the next week. We don't know. We're still waiting to hear from our president this evening. But we've ridden the first initial strong wave of strict lockdowns, right? Where there was a rush, because this is a thing, right? It was all about being centered, being calm, being your place, being in the present, absolutely. But many people have been in the present and charging ahead with their spiritual development. Fantastic. But we have to land now, because if you think back, there has been a lot of work done in the higher realms. Call it your higher self, call it your soul, call it your higher mind, and even connecting, right? Meditating spiritually. You're sending all your antenna and your Fibonacci tendrils, your, kind of those fronds of energetic tendrils, information that you've been sending out to connect. And I use too many words there, but you know what I mean. You've been up there. We've all been up there, myself included, because of course I got guided to meditate. I've been guided to share lots of information that has kept me up there. But moving into this new moon, and over the past couple of days, I myself have felt dizzy, disorientated, but nauseous, and that's my clear indication that I need to land, right? It's time to come down now. So in this work that we've been doing, you might also have found some weird physical symptoms coming up. I've had messages from clients and friends like, terrible stomach infections, throat things, hay fever, runny nose, sinus, ear blockage, ear pains, lots of earache, lots of tooth jaw things, lots of head, feeling like you've been clamped up, any number of these things. And whilst I'm not denying that there may be a need in certain instances for medical assistance, so please go and seek medical assistance if you need it, there are a lot of these physical symptoms we are experiencing because we're clamped down in our homes, we've been working maybe in the higher realms, and we just need to let our body rest now. And they said, pause on that. Say it again. We just need to let our body rest now. Because we can attune, we can send our energetic spirals out, we can connect and do all of those amazing things, connect with our heart center, meditate. But our body takes strain. Our body is still of a higher density, a more dense vibration. We are carbon-based, and whilst there are theories about moving to a crystalline-based body, we still have this body. If you're on this planet, you have this body. It's carbon-based. We're connected to the earth, right? The same way a tree is connected by its roots. Our body is completely connected to the earth. So whilst you might have been doing all the right things in terms of eating and drinking and eating the right foods, your body needs to connect to the earth. And a lot of us have not been able to have the opportunity to go and swim in the sea, walk on the beach, if we're blessed enough to have that surrounds, even kind of walk down to a park. So what I want to share with you today, in order to help those physical symptoms move, is that I want you to allow the dust to settle. I want you to sit in peace, in quiet, really not doing anything. And that means not working on yourself either, right? Not chasing this elusive idea of, I've got to go, I've got to raise my vibration, I've got to be connected, I've got to catch this train. This train is on its way. There is no turning back. So it's not like you've missed the boat. If you're aware of the need to change and develop, then you're on the boat, you're on the train, you're on the ship, we're on this mothership. And in fact, there are probably not many people who are off this trip for now. We're all in this trip together. We're all in the space of moving to a higher consciousness. So you're on there. Don't stress. Don't chase. We've only really maybe got a week or 2 weeks of heavy lockdown, and then we're going to start stepping back into a normalcy. I'm not saying it's going to happen soon and it's going to be rolled out over a few months, but just think about that. We're then going to be out there. And whilst the energetics will have changed completely, because it is going to be a new energetic landscape, but whenever it's a new energetic landscape, it takes time for the physical to catch up, right? You will know when you've done the inner work, then the physical changes. The physical doesn't change and then you do the inner work. We do the energetic work and then the physical manifests, the physical changes. So you've done the energetic work. Now your physical body, if you are getting physical symptoms, is saying, please God, I just want to rest now. So just let it rest. Lie in your bed and do nothing. Sit in a chair outside and do nothing. Don't think, don't meditate, because meditate is an act too, unless you're very good at just sitting there and being, which I'm sure most of us are still trying to get towards, just be in meditation, right? So for the next few days, in fact, for the next week, I know you're not going to be able to do this forever, right? And some of you may still be working from home. But please, 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 don't panic about the physical symptoms unless they continue, in which case seek medical advice. But notice where in your body it's happening. So if, for instance, you're feeling strong physical symptoms in your stomach, well, that's the solar plexus chakra, around self-esteem, around self-doubt, around self-values. What is it that you've been working on there? If you've got ear troubles, are you listening? Or are you just going ahead towards along a plan that you think is the right way? Are you receiving new information? Has it had to clear out the gunk where you've been attached to old patterns and old ways of belief? Do you have throat symptoms? I know for one, me, scratchy throat, sore throat, cough. So there's been throat clearing, speaking my truth, sharing with you, being in front of the camera, which I'm not always happy to do, but I'm here and I'm doing it as an act of service. So really, don't dwell too much. It's not a hard task I'm asking you to do, but I'm asking you to acknowledge that part of your physical body that is showing the symptom. Just say thank you. The work is done, and so it is. And for the next few days, take a break. You don't need to connect. The energy is coming in. It's downpouring. It's waving, it's coming over us in waves, continual waves, right? So we need to rest, because a visual that I received in terms of this whole coronavirus thing initially was that it was a tsunami, okay? This energy didn't come gently. It came as a huge tsunami of energetic change and transformation. And wherever you were in your path, you would have reacted differently. Some of us would have been able to stand up on an island and see it coming. Some of us may have been dragged out, right? The tsunami comes in and then it leaves. We would have been dragged out with all our stuff and all our, all the broken bits of ourselves that we've been washed around with, like, oh my God, is this all that I need to fix? Some of us might have been sucked underneath and gone deep. So really looked at working with deep stuff in us. We all would have had different responses to this huge tsunami wave of energetic change. But that wave has come. It has now gone out into the ocean, and it is slowly going to be coming back. And when it comes back, all of that has been cleaned out, is going to be left there. Yes, we're going to have some debris and flotsam floating on the top. But there would have been a lot of stuff that would have been cleared. So now as you're standing on the beach, on the island, wherever you see yourself, visually, imagination-wise, I'm talking, and you're looking at that wave slowly coming back in, and the wave that is more gentle, that is more clear, that is more pure, that's going to come and kind of just lift you up and hold you. Say thank you to yourself for any and all of the work you've done in this lockdown. But acknowledge the body by now sitting, lying on the ground. Imagine you just melting in, becoming part of the earth. Let your body just release everything into the earth, because the earth is a powerful transformer of energy, and nature doesn't hold any negativity. So you're just going to feel the positivity, you're going to feel the embrace, and you're just going to let everything release, and you're going to let your body rest, 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 and let the dust, the clearing, the debris that's been, energetic debris that's been washed up inside of you, just settle. And then we will talk about the next step. But for now, I wish you so much love and blessings. Please give me comments or questions. If you feel the need to connect, the links to all my other social media offerings are below. Please subscribe, boom, 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 hit the notification button, since I will be making more videos. And yes, I am going to be producing some teaching material, perhaps I'm offering online. So subscribe to my email, check out my website, and I'd love to connect with you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time. I send you so much love, and after my work today, I'm definitely going to rest. Bye for now.